Good evening, everybody. Yeah. I forgot to turn off autoplay, as usual. Let me go to OBS, make sure everything is working correctly, because they had an update today, and it usually messes stuff up. Sound goes through. Okay, yeah. Well, welcome to the stream, everybody. Just checking on settings and everything. Let me refresh the Easter campaign update. 16 donations for 1,693 euros and 47 cents. I don't know if that's what you really call the decimals in euros, but oh well, it's what I'm used to, and my brain wraps my head around. There's been a lot of people asking if I'm going to do the horseradish again. Well, if this hits 2,000 by the end of the stream, the horseradish will come back. We hit 2,000. I'll go downstairs, grab the horseradish, and we'll do the horseradish thing again, but at 2,000 mark. With that torture announced, again, I do thank you guys for your support. The link to donate is in the description, as well as pinned to the top of chat. So if you guys want to make me suffer, there's your goal. What was it? 306.5 euros. Not to mention, you do get, if you donate 100 euros or more, you can claim one of the pins, the Innovator, the Patriot, or the first patch Cars for Ukraine has done, the Easter, the Senki design with the trident. Of course, these trucks do save lives. The first truck I raced for evacuated 17 people from the front line before being destroyed. So Fredbear, we have 16 donors, but only 15 on the wall, so an anonymous snuck in. Fredbear, Blonde Bombsheller, Linda Hayes, Steve Sane, Heather W., Ben Groves, Linda Smallbones, Anonymous that posted on the wall without a message, Linda Hayes, Michael Robinson, Steve Sane again, thank you for your support. Twice, Spider Fate Fella, again, Blonde Bombsheller, and another Anonymous, our top donor at the moment with 500. Well, Blonde Bombsheller is actually our number one donator with 719 US dollars. Second place is an Anonymous with 519.94. And of course, here I am with people telling me I can't do something, and I say, oh, can't I? Sorry, it's a long running joke, and I love bringing it up. Of course, these are where the donations are going for the most part, getting these guys trucks to be able to do their work. Here's the video from the Seraphims.
We are pilots of the Seraphims, a UAV strike company. We hunt everyday Russian invaders. Our FPV drones demolish occupants day and night. We scorch enemy's tanks and APCs. and we are there where we are most needed. And for all this, we desperately need your help and support. To purchase 10 pickups and 2 minivans.
Я старший лейтенант Сергій Костинський, командир ударної роти Серафима. І я звертаюся до команди Car for Ukraine, Бандеромобіль, а також до партнерів їх ком'юніті на YouTube, в мережі X, в Інстаграмі, включаючи ATP Geopolitics, Eric Sikamimus, Word Translated, Pistol One, Andrew Mercado, Таня Іона, Rick the Ukrainian та інших міжнародних бійців на інформаційному полі з проханням долучитися та посприяти в зборі на автомобілі для нашої ударної роти.
Our lives and lives of Ukrainian civilians are highly dependent from your support.
Grunge, do I have to put you in line again? So that is one of the major receivers of aid for this fundraiser, 10 trucks and 2 vans. Oh, and there you go, Grunge thing, you're back in line. Sorry, I'm being a little bit joking today a bit more than yesterday. I got a lot of sleep. Got 3 hours of sleep after the stream, woke up for 2 hours, went back to sleep, woke up at 11, watched Chungus, started watching Greg Terry's stream, and went back to sleep and woke up about an hour ago. Yeah, I got a ton of sleep. I haven't even added it all up. Whoever said you can't catch up on sleep has not met me, apparently. So getting right into the operational information as of 8 a.m. March 18th, 2025, regarding the Russian invasion. As always, we start the report with Slava Ukraina. The 1,119th day of the large-scale armed aggression by the Russian Federation against Ukraine has begun. In total, 155 combat clashes were recorded over the past 24 hours. Yesterday, the enemy carried out 90 airstrikes on the positions of units and settlements. They dropped a total of 139 guided aerial bombs. Grunge, is that your letter to Putin, blonde bombsheller? Sorry, bad joke. Russia also used 2,506 kamikaze drones to destroy, Ukrainian troops. Russia also carried out 5,771 artillery strikes. 145 of those strikes were from multiple launch rocket systems. Giraffe films? Airstrikes were carried out near the settlements of Lipsy, Martinovka, Peshtiany, Shabalin, Doroshivka, Malaya Sharkivka in the Kharkiv region, Pokrovsk, Novopavlivka, Leontoychki, Zerzov, Novosorivka, Hirohorivka, Nadivka, Oleksivka, Oradny, Rosiny, Surchenko, and Novopil in the Donetsk region. 139 guided bombs spread out between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 cities, 18 towns. Almost 20 bombs per town. Over the past day, the aviation, missile forces, and artillery units of the defense forces of Ukraine have struck 8 areas of concentration of personnel, weapons, and military equipment, 2 command posts, 1 air defense system, 3 missile forces, and artillery systems of the Russian invaders. Going into the individual directions, on the Kharkiv front, the enemy once tried in vain to advance near Voschansk. Again, going to the deep state map, zooming in, Kharkiv and Voschansk is up here. Moving over from Kharkiv to Kupiansk, 9 attacks by the invaders took place in the Kupiansk direction yesterday. Defense forces repelled enemy assault actions towards the settlements of Petropavlivka, Zarazova, Kemyanka, Zapydny, Krugolivka, and Bogoslavka. Again, going to the deep state map. Zooming in here. Smoke in the eye. Petropavlivka, Gulbivka, Pishkiani, Zarazova, Bogoslavka, and where's that last town at? Oh, of course, there has to be one town that I can't find on the map. This would count in the Kharkiv direction. Okay, well, we'll have to skip that town because I can't find it. But moving on from Kupiansk to Liman. Of course, Izium's back over here. In the Liman direction, the enemy attacked 10 times. He tried to advance near the settlements of Balkazurivka, Yampolivka, Novomykolaivka, Nove, Olhivka, Zarechny, and Zeleny Dolna. Zarechny. Oh, it disappeared. So Zarechny is right next to Tortsk. Depending on what they're feeling like that day, it depends on the city they're used for this direction. Yampolivka, Zeleny Dolna, Nove, Novomykolaivka, Kharkivka, Olhivka, and Nadia, and the last settlement is unfortunately one of these settlements here between Mikhaivka and Novolubivka. They just aren't labeled on this map. That would be Balkazurivka. In the Service direction, our troops repelled 3 enemy attacks in the areas of the settlement of Bilogorovka and in the direction of Verkno-Kamiensky. coming down from Liman to Servisk, Verkno-Kamiensky, and Bilogorivka. Coming over from Servisk to the Kramatorsk direction, of course, Slovansk, Konstantinivka, Chasiv Yar. I want to point out that 3.5 hours after Putin said and ordered his troops not to attack the energy infrastructure, Slovansk was attacked and the energy infrastructure was hit in Slovansk. So it took 3.5 hours for Russia to violate their ceasefire. And in the Kramatorsk direction, the enemy launched 7 attacks on the positions of our troops in the areas of Chasiv Yar, Orakovo, Veslivka, Stupochki, Pretechny, and Krudomivka. Orhovo, Veslivka, of course, Chasiv Yar, Stupochny, Pretechny, and Krudomivka. Going to the south of Chasiv Yar to the Torets direction. Over the past day, the enemy attacked Ukrainian units 25 times near Toretsk, Dasheni, Druzhba, Ozaryanka, Divlivka, and Leondivka. It's pretty much all the settlements in the Torets direction. Druzhba, Dasheni, Divlivka, Toretsk, Leondivka, and Ozaryanka, Ozaryanivka, right next to Krudomivka. So right from the Kramatorsk direction, right down to the start of Pokrovsk direction. Where in the Pokrovsk direction, over the past 24 hours, our defenders stopped 44 assaults of the aggressor near the settlements of Vodeny Druj, Severia Donivka, Promin, Nova Pavlivka, Kotiny, Udashny, Novo Alexandrivka, Bogdanivka, Lisivka, and Andrivka. Pretty much spread out through all the areas in Pokrovsk direction. Coming to the map. It should be, yeah, here we go. Vodeny Druj. Sometimes I have trouble remembering where these smaller towns are. Zeleny Pol is right here. Elizavetivka, Promin, Lisivka, Kotine, Udashny, Upensivka. Oh, shoot, I forgot, because Andrivka's down here. There's a couple settlements in here. And one of the settlements they mentioned is this small town here, Bodanivka. You have to kind of zoom in pretty far to even be able to read that name. Shows you kind of how small some of these settlements are. But moving over from Pokrovsk to the Novopavlivsky direction, where Ukrainian defenders repelled 14 attacks by the invaders in the areas of Olegsilka, Privilny, and Constantinople. Also, as well as in the directions of Vasily and Rozlivy. Coming to the map, Constantinople, Rozlivy, Privilny? Privilny is usually in the included in the Huliopol direction. That's odd. Shevchenko, Vasilievy, and Odradny. Okay. Wasn't there one more? Vasily. Ooh, I'm not. Vesely, right here, north of Skudini and Novi Kumar, Velika Novosilka. Unfortunately, Russians are still slowly gaining ground in this area, but it is costing. Novosilka, Novopil, Pravilny's right here, which is why I thought it was weird that it was included with the Novopavlivka direction. Instead, it was in the Huliopol direction. But coming over from Huliopol, where the 10 attacks took place in those two cities, Novosilka and Novopil, to Orhiv, where Ukrainian defenders repelled 5 attacks near the settlements of Stepove and Labkova. Stepove, Labkova, basically in the same direct areas. Russian really want to get to Zaporizhia. And I'm concerned we're going to see a lot more action in this area. We've already seen it step up a little bit. Yeah, don't trust in, I wouldn't count on the ceasefire. Russia's already putting too many demands on it and making it too many hoops to jump through. Thanks, guys. I sure will convey all the love and well wishes to him. He appreciates it very much, and I know he would want me to convey the same to you. Must be talking about Viper, I assume. Yeah, it looks like talking about. Yeah, a quick run for the guys is a couple days. Just keep that in mind. Sorry, I do need to pay more attention to chat. I apologize about that. I know it's a weakness of me. I get wrapped up in this, and I need to give you guys more attention. I will try harder in the future. In the Dnieper direction, our defenders successfully stopped one enemy attack. In the Kursk region, over the past day, Ukrainian soldiers repelled 18 attacks by the invaders. The enemy also launched 30 airstrikes using 42 bombs and carried out 301 artillery shellings, 9 of which were from MLRS. No signs of the formation of enemy offensive groups were detected in the Volyn or Polizia directions. Our soldiers continue to inflict significant losses on the occupation forces in manpower and equipment, and actively undermine the enemy's offensive potential in the rear. I get you, Steve. It's something I want to work on. In total, well, it goes into the losses. We'll cover that with a graphic here shortly. And as always, we end the report with join the defense forces. Razom Pereможемо. Slava Ukraina. So these are the attacks in Kursk, and see if we can find the single attack in Dnipropetrovsk direction. Right there by the mouth of the river inlet, right there. So right here in this area was the Russian assault in Dnipro. Going to the air alerts. It's been, Putin announces the ceasefire on infrastructure, and here we are. Air alerts have been pretty much ongoing since that announcement. Sumy, 9 hours, 31 minutes. Explosions reported 6 hours ago, 7.5 hours ago, 8 hours ago. Chernihiv, been on alert for 1 hour, 14 minutes. Poltava, 41 minutes. Dnipro, 1 hour, 28 minutes. Donetsk, 1 hour, 45 minutes. They had about an hour reprieve of air alerts. And you see the one just before it was for 5.5 hours. Ended at 1:41 or 1:49 a.m. and it started back up at 2:41 a.m. You can just go through all these and just see that the air alerts have been ongoing until about until about 2 o'clock in the morning. Even in Kiev, ended at 2:19 a.m. It is currently 4:28 a.m. So all afternoon and evening long in Ukraine, they've been under air alerts. Coming over to Telegram for Zelensky. He was out of the country visiting and doing diplomatic missions. He comes back and goes to Lviv, and, well, here's him in Lviv. Oh, slow down. This has to be the toughest part of his job. I don't know, I still like that idea, BB. I gave my condition on that earlier, Ozzy. So, let's see if we've gotten any closer. Oh, yeah, you guys really do want it. So we are 89.25 euros away from me having to do horseradish again. So 3 donations have come in since the stream started. From Michael D.A., friend of Chungus, LJ, and Mitch Ashdown. Thank you guys. 18 on the donor wall. 19 donations, so only one anonymous so far. Again, Fred Bear, Susan, Blonde Bombsheller, Linda Hayes, Steve Sane, Heather W., Bev Groves, Linda Smallbones, Anana Moose, Linda Hayes, Michael Robinson, Steve Sane, Spider Fate Fella, Blonde Bombsheller again, another Anana Moose, and then me. So 18 of them shown. 3 Anonymouses on the wall and 1 hiding off the wall. So yeah, we get to the 2,000 euro mark, and I will break out the horseradish again, but this time a smaller spoon. Again, if you want to help torture me and help get that 89 and a quarter euros, the donation link is in the description below as well as pinned to the top of chat. Yeah, I'm doing 2,000 euros this time instead of 1,000. So since we're working with Chungus and others, yeah, we want to see it, we have to get a higher amount. Of course, that is just us here. The main campaign, 70 donations, 11,453 euros. That is the first truck done. 1/20th of the entire goal. Mercado Media is in the lead with 7,480. Chungus and myself, we are second right now with 1,910. Rick Ukrainians moved into third. Shills, Succumimus, Silicon Curtain, Laser Pig, and Rudy Acosta. ATP Geopolitics, Phil Ittner with On the Edge, Tanya Fiona, of course, Eric, PSO1, and War Translated have not done an update yet, so we have to wait for them to start working to get this campaign going. Fresh grated wasabi? Yeah, I'll stick to my horseradish. Again, go back to ours. Okay, nobody snuck one in yet. We'll check on that again later. Back to Zelensky's telegram. We saw him visiting the memorial in Lviv. Lviv school named after Heroes Krut. I'm glad to talk to the students and teachers of the educational institution. I looked around the classrooms and one of the rooms where the students live. Students not only study the general education program, but also acquire the skills necessary to defend our state. It's especially important that modern technologies are integrated into the teachings. Thank you to everyone who teaches and studies here for their dedication and work, for their contribution to strengthening our state and our future.
Наші заходи в системі Windows так історично склалося, що по принципу визначення середини, тобто X500, Y500 вже це воїни сильні. Це вони, я вам скажу, більшість тих дітей, які поступили.
Входить у команду Збройних сил. Міжнародні організації є міжнародні
Основу безпеки та оборони є досить. Мабуть, не тільки в регіоні, а мав масштаби в Україні. Стрілецький тир.
military school in Lviv that Zelensky visited today. Of course, plane trips. And I wish there was an English translation of this. Zelensky spoke to journalists in detail about Ukraine's support for steps towards a reliable peace and guaranteeing security. Also commented on the first information about President Trump's conversation with Putler and the responsibility of bringing the end of the war closer. Ukraine is ready to take the necessary steps, but now it is Russia that must demonstrate readiness, because it is Russia that is dragging out the war and proving that only Moscow needs this war. Let me just scroll down to make sure there is not an English version. There's not.
Питання перше, звісно, по результатах телефонного дзвінку між Трампом і Путіним було оголошено про те, що Росія погоджується на припинення атак на
Україну. Можна зрозуміти.
I'll wait for the English subtitle version to come out to play the whole 11 minutes. That's a lot of time to play a language that most of you guys don't understand. Now in many regions, you can literally hear what Russia really needs. About 40 shaheeds in our sky. Air defense is working. Unfortunately, there are hits, and precisely in civilian infrastructure. Direct hit of a shaheed in the hospital in Sumy. Strikes on cities in Donetsk region. Attack drones right now in the skies of Kyiv, Zhytomyr, Sumy, Chernihiv, Poltava, Kharkiv, Kinnograd, Dnipropetrovsk, and Cherkasy oblasts. It is precisely such night attacks by Russia that destroy our energy, our infrastructure, and the normal life of Ukrainians. The fact that this night was no exception shows that we must continue to put pressure on Russia for the sake of peace. Today, Putin actually rejected the proposal for a complete ceasefire. It would be right for the world to reject any attempts by Putin to drag out the war in response. Sanctions against Russia, aid to Ukraine, strengthening allies in the free world, and working towards security guarantees. And only a real cessation of Russia of attacks on civilian infrastructure as evidence of a desire to end this war can bring peace closer. And just showing a picture of the strike on the hospital in Sumy. Yeah, I don't need to show that. And now for a preview. Well, yeah, if you guys get me to the horseradish, at least my sinuses will be clear. A bit of a preview of what's to come as I scroll back to the beginning of the day. And there's a lot of weird stuff today. It's a mixed bag of fruit. And here we are at the drones from last night. Last night, Russia launched 137 UAVs. 63 were shot down. 64 lost due to electronic warfare and other means. Yeah, it still left 10 that made it to their targets. And even though some get shot down, they still crash, they still cause damage. So as a result of the attack, Kharkiv, Sumy, Poltava, Dnipro, and Cherkasy regions were affected by the attack last night. This is an interesting story. I wanted to bring this to you. SBU and National Police detain a game agent who made explosives for terrorist attacks in Zaporizhia. This is one of the guys that was recruiting people on Telegram, telling them they'll pay him like $1,000 to go move this package and then blow them up with that package. I don't know, Bond. You keep mentioning it, and I'll mention it again and see what the chat thinks. But yeah, here is literally the terrorist getting arrested. Yeah, this is the bomb maker for the Russians. If you needed further proof that America's screwing up, well, Trump is screwing up. Dollar to ruble exchange rate has fallen below 81 rubles. Remember when we were at like 108, 113 rubles per dollar? Yeah, we're at 80. I don't know. I still like the idea of bond. I think it would raise a lot of money. I got two of these today. This is just images, but Sevastopol, Yalta, Yevpatoria, Fedorsiva, Kursk. Activists of the Yellow Ribbon Movement left dozens of signs of resistance throughout Crimea. The inscriptions, temporary occupation, Crimea is Ukraine, occupation is not a holiday, appeared on the streets and squares. Here is some of Ukrainian activism behind in occupied territories. Ukraine will resist. Oh, that's the next video. 67th Brigade. Hold on, I think I got it. 67th Motorized Rifle Brigade organizes burning tours for the Russians. Is that supposed to say it's a terrible idea, Blonde? Your war with autocorrect. is having other casualties. Yeah, I miss Blue. I haven't seen him in chat for a while. I've seen him over on Merc stream, but he doesn't visit no more. Part of the Shahed drone was found this morning in an educational institution in Kyiv.
Так а чого ж це не шахід? Це оця, ну, знаєш, я забуду. Да. Ну, мені так здається, може я щось не розумію. Не, смотри, ну, вот тут они.
The exchange fund. I thought I downloaded this already, but I'll download it again. But refilling of the exchange fund.
Понимаешь? Замок, вот так. Руки в замок. Замок. Поднял руки. Все, поднял. Еще поднял руки. Вот так стоишь. Подними руки. Вот так. Вот так держи, сука.
Група в кількості 4 розвідників висувається з позиції по дорозі, де робить поворот.
Hey David, how's it going?
Щоб зачистити дом і укриття.
Bye, I go with the flow.
В разі контакту або виявлення противника предложити йому здатися в полон. Якщо ворог відмовляється, ми наносимо вогневе ураження за допомогою артилерії та дронів, заходимо до очищаємо.
Стоять! Виходим! Руки вгору! Автомати до гори! Петуха, нет, підійду контроль! Виходим по одному! Следующий! Ползи сюда, сука! Следующий! Сколько есть? Больше нету? На колени! Руки в замок! Руки в замок! Крый! Бери быстрее, лицом бери! Руки за голову, в замок! Быстрее, руки в замок! Пипчик, там, в ту сторону! Тримайте!
Well, I'll try to keep you entertained on your break, David. Right now, we get to see 5 Russians added to the exchange fund. Well, I will say this, YouTube is liking the chat rate from you guys today. Normally I get a chat rate of 1 or 2, and we're at 6 right now, so YouTube's happy.
Давай!
So that is 5 more Russians getting added to the exchange fund. And this one's kind of interesting. Actress Sharon Stone showed a painting by a Ukrainian artist at her home. In 2023, an American approached artist Artur Soletsky with a request to buy a painting for his girlfriend. That girlfriend turned out to be Sharon Stone herself. In a video for Ukraine Wow, the American actress showed Arthur's painting Big Little Dream and supported him. Ukraine is art, Ukraine is painting, Ukraine is creativity, says Sharon Stone. Here's the video.
Ukraine is art, Ukraine is paintings, Ukraine is creativity. I'm Sharon Stone, and how do I know? Because this is a Ukrainian painter by Arthur Soletsky. How gorgeous is this painting? Thank you, Arthur, I love it.
Привіт, мене звати Артур Солецький, я український художник. Мені якось написав американець в інстаграмі з питанням, чи може він придбати картину для подруги. Я, звісно, був радий, але навіть не очікував, що цією подругою виявиться Шерон Стоун. Коли я дізнався, що моя робота у неї вдома, це було дуже надихаюче. У такі моменти ти справді розумієш, як працює мистецтво і для чого воно потрібне. Воно може поєднувати абсолютно різних людей у різних куточках світу. Воно створює емоційний зв'язок та допомагає краще розуміти один одного. Зараз в Україні як ніколи потрібна підтримка, і я радий, що моє мистецтво може сприяти цьому процесу. Ну і, звісно, дякую Шерон Стоун, що підтримує нас.
Well, kind of a cool video. I thought you guys would enjoy that one. Crimea is Ukraine. This time in video format.
Пам'ятаєш, Криму Сандра, полями виноградними розлилось вино, а Євпаторія, Гурзуф і Ялта, які спогади, шкода, що ти було давно. А шум моря – то моя мантра, тепер складно дивитись на гори в кіно. Знаю, будемо в Криму не завтра, але вірю в майбутнє, вид на море. Жовто-блакитний стяг в наших серцях, я знаю, вистоїмо, хоч і шрами на синцях. Знаю точно, що настане час, братами мирно в колі разом крикнемо за нас. Чуєш? Вірь. Доки сивий демон наганяє біду, слухай мою правду. Ми за спиною ЗСУ і знаю точно, скоро разом заспіваємо в Криму. Доки демон на кинджал, в Київ козак на мечах, бий зловісний оскал. Ей, наша практика, наша тактика, і за кожний клаптик, де димить окоп фарту, братики. Хай горить Москва, Котап, відчуй український оскал. І доки в головах пропаганда, українські дрони зайняли позиції на флангах. Жовто-блакитний стяг в наших серцях, я знаю, вистоїмо, хоч і шрами на синцях. І знаю точно, що настане час, братами мирно в колі разом крикнемо за нас. І скільки горя в тих очах, що бачили Бахмут. Зайдемо в Крим, візьмем своє, і наші нас там ждуть.
Ozzy, it's people holding up little handwritten signs that says Crimea is Ukraine. Of course, in all over Crimea that is occupied by Russians. Just showing that what Russia says isn't true. There are tons of people trapped behind the occupation that want to be Ukrainian. Flying Skull Brigade takes out a T-72. 2 of them in the cross direction. And if Nick was in chat, you know, I'd mention that the T-72s were built and developed from 1972 to 1980. These are Russian tanks brought out of storage. These are not modern battle tanks. I don't think there's going to be many more turret tosses, Mexi. Russia has been severely limiting how many rounds are allowed to be loaded in a tank. It could be for shortages, or it could be to avoid the turret tosses. Barns on wheels is my caption for this one. A tank in a ditch, a drone battle, and destroyed infantry. 28th Motorized Rifle Brigade is beating the enemy near Toretsk. The occupiers continue to use the tactic of armored barns filled with infantry, but they are still being destroyed. Here's the video from 28th Motorized Rifle Brigade, if it downloads fast enough. I download all these beforehand, but apparently they're not sticking anymore. Hey, general consensus. Yeah, if you demand a thank you, you're not doing it right. True charity, you don't ask for thanks, but you get them anyways. To heat horseradish? Sure, I'll throw some horseradish in the microwave and heat it for you, LJ. Residents of Suja asked to go to Ukraine. We say to Ukrainians, I want to go to Ukraine. There's no point living here in Suja any longer. Here's the video of citizens in Suja asking to be taken to Ukraine.
Я Беляева Светлана Николаевна. Я хочу выход на Украину. Там, если возможность будет, мне разрешат там проживать. Дальше здесь нет смысла вообще проживать.
Ну а что случилось?
У меня, тем более, а я уже жила до этого, без света, без газа. Ну так получилось, у меня был спорный конфликт был с администрацией. Без света, без газа и без прописки. Мне решили всего вообще. Только пенсию получила трудовую, потому что я ее заслужила. Пенсию я 2 года получаю. Все, больше у меня ничего нет, никаких прав.
Когда будем уезжать?
Суббота. Суббота 22-го. Это точно. Это совершенно точно этот день выбран.
Дай Бог здоровья. А как? Почему именно в субботу решили?
Потому что благословение Божие. Я прочла молитвы, и Бог мне вот так вот сказал посредством духовно умной молитвы. Он мне сказал, что нужно ехать в субботу. Хороший день для дороги.
А как это ваша молитва определяется?
Акафист. Это называется акафист Пресвятой Богородицы Почаевская. Это, кстати, украинская молитва.
Well, that is Russian citizens in Kursk asking to come to Ukraine. Since LJ said we are getting close, let's see how close we are getting. Oh God. 1,932. 68 more euros to go. Oh man, why did I say I'd do it? Okay. Okay. That's okay. Oh, my mouth is already like watering thinking of this, but operators from the 14th Separate Air Defense Regiment in Kursk direction detected and corrected the damage to 3 North Korean self-propelled guns at once. Yeah, Russia wants us to stop sending stuff to Ukraine, but they're getting North Koreans and Iranians to send them stuff. Yeah. But here's 3 of them getting taken out for you. Ooh, sorry for the loud on that one. There's no 60 years plan. Yeah. So just a short little video of some Korean artillery getting blown up. An Mi-28 helicopter crashed in Russia. No reports as of yet what caused the crash, but one last piece of equipment on a scheduled training flight. Okay. Trump terminates program tracking mass abductions of Ukrainian children. Trump administration has shut down a U.S.-funded initiative that documented Russian war crimes, including a sensitive database detailing the mass deportation of Ukrainian children to Russia. Yeah, so Trump's trying to hide Putin's crimes. The 225th Brigade shows off another trophy it found, an armored personnel carrier, the BTR-D This is kind of high-speed taxi for infantry that will quickly and safely take you to any point. It is a 3.5 minute long video. So I'm going to go run and grab my jar and spoon of horseradish since you guys are getting so close. And here's the video while I go do that.
Вітаю, мой позывной Жерар, командир подразделения ТУР 225-го окремого штурмового полка. Это машина БТРД, затрофеена на Курском направлении. Ну, можно сказать, боевая машина десанта, но гусеничная, не колесная, хоть и называется БТРом. Этот БТРД затрофеили, да, на самом деле там ничего сложного не было, просто нашли его брошенного в лесопосадке. Пришли, сели, завели и уехали. Тем более так достаточно далеко от линии ЛБЗ это было. Это там в районе где-то 15 километров от линии ЛБЗ. Вот. Он просто был так красиво спрятан, что, скажем так, его визуально было можно увидеть только непосредственно вплотную подойдя к нему. Мы затрофеили ее в целом состоянии, то есть она полностью ездила, бегала. На Курской операции она выполняла несколько задач, когда мы ее только затрофеили. И сейчас она пришла к нам на ремонт. Ну, это машина десантников. Она, скажем так, сделана не из железа, а из алюминия. Эти машины сбрасывают с самолета на парашютах. Плюс еще ко всему она еще умеет и плавать. БТРД вот это вот делают из алюминия, потому что меньше веса, больше маневренности. При десанте с самолета меньше нагрузка. Почти под развал Советского Союза стали выпускать эти машины. И их выпускали крайне мало, там что в районе, по-моему, 2000 их выпустили. Броня на этой технике, конечно, в нынешних реалиях она слабовата. Но за счет маневренности и скорости ее эта машина достаточно хорошо себя зарекомендовала. Этот БТРД себя зарекомендовал как надежное, быстроходное, маневренное такси. Эта машина в нынешних наших реалиях войны очень удобна тем, что позволяет быстро десант как выгружаться, так и загружаться. В отличие от старых советских машин типа БТР-80, БТР-82А, типа МТЛБ, там затрудняется высадка десанта за счет того, что они изначально изготавливались для десанта без брони и без рюкзаков, без каких-то там обвесов именно людей в самой броне. Эта же машина выгодно отличается от стандартных машин советских тем, что десант отсюда может достаточно быстро выгружаться, так и достаточно быстро загружаться. Вот эта машина, как трофей, ну, честно скажу, очень-очень-очень хороший трофей. Я бы даже сказал, что это желанный трофей многих штурмовиков и десантников.
So, as you can see, I've been joined by a guest star. She's being a little shy for the camera right now. But I ran downstairs and she thought I grabbed food, so she came up thinking she was going to get food. And no, I'm not giving her horseradish before you guys be evil people. 79th Infantry Brigade shows how several assault groups of the invaders established themselves at once on the advantaged lines of Novopavlovsky direction. Oh, okay, maybe I can't play this one. Nope, I have to skip that one. Here's some weird news for you from Russia. Russian Prime Minister Kaluga, whatever, calls on Russian women to wear miniskirts more often to increase the birth rate. Well, I lost the sticker, but yeah, I'll go into that in a little bit. In order to increase the birth rate in Russia, girls need to wear miniskirts. The deputies of the town are asking women to wear miniskirts more often on sunny days. He further specified that in the LDPR, girls periodically delight the guys with miniskirts, and due to modesty of Russian women, have become less likely to marry. I don't know what to tell you. You know what they should do is have all the babushkas go out in miniskirts. You'll see that birth rate drop right off. And if you're not mad, let's get you a little bit madder. In the Kherson region, Russian drones continue to hunt civilians, including children. I saw this video yesterday. It now has the English subtitles to it. A boy shared that he and his friends were playing outside and saw a drone approaching. The kids ran towards their home across the fields when the Russian drone closed the distance, and it dropped the bomb. Shrapnel flew at him. Ukrainian kids deserve to live in peace. They deserve to have a future where a war doesn't loom over them.
Друзями брали на вулиці і летів дрон. Ми почали всі тікати, подруга забіжала до себе домой, а мій друг побіжав прямо, і ми з другом побіжали теж прямо. І він забіжав за забор, і дрон почав скорачувати. Я підбіжав до калітки, потім відбіжав від неї, і він бомбу скинув. І на мене осколки всі полетіли.
These aren't, AI drones. These are Russian soldiers behind it, purposely attacking, obviously, little kids. I'm not sure if this is in.
My name is Lenia Omerova. I'm Ukrainian and Crimean Tatar activist. I spent nearly 2 years in Russian prison. In December 22, I was abducted by Russian security forces right at the border. I was trying to reach Crimea to visit my critically ill father. My only crime was that I'm Crimean Tatar. I'm Ukrainian, born in Crimea, and I refuse to take Russian passport. For Russia, that's enough to label me an enemy and throw me behind the bars. During these years, I endured immense injustice and cruelty, abduction, psychological and physical abuse, interrogation, solitary confinement. Most of the time, I was held in complete isolation. In the occupied territories, Russia depressured every ordinary civilians. They are abused, forcibly deported, subjected to forced labor. Any act of defiance, even silent, is treated as a crime. The punishment is prison. Let me share the stories of several women I personally know. Oksana from Kherson region. Before she was sent to a detention center, she was held for 6 months with a bag over this head. One day she was brought to a pit and they told her, "We will do it to alive her. No one will know where you are." Yana from Zaporizhia region. She was tortured, her jaw was broken, several teeth knocked out, and then she was denied all medical care. Helena Dohopola from Crimea, a 70-year-old pensioner. Russia forced beat her, tortured her, and tried to break her fingers. Irina Dohopola, a Crimean journalist. She survived tortured. Today she is denied medical help in prison. She has lost hearing in the ear, suffered a mini stroke. Half her body is numb. She lived in constant pain with severe headaches and heart problems. These are just few stories. There are thousands more. Around 14,000 Ukrainian civilians are currently held in Russian prison. This is more than a war for territory. This is the battle between light and darkness, between freedom and slavery, between democracy and tyranny. And Ukraine is still fighting. And we fighting for the win.
Why does Ukraine fight? Why do we donate? Yeah, I hate asking you guys to give up your money. But that's what we do it for. That's why I'm about to do this. You guys hit the 2,000 mark. I said I'd do it. Well, nice and freshly sealed. Oh, yeah, it's fermented a little bit. Oh, God. My eyes are watering and I haven't even... Oh, don't get me wrong. I do love my horseradish. But usually I need to have it with like hot dogs or cheese sandwich. And actually I have potato soup downstairs waiting for me. And, put a little bit of this on some toast. By a little bit, I mean like maybe that much. Put that much on toast. And, spoonful of potato soup and bite into the toast. And it's Oh, it just adds the right amount of heat. This is not the right amount of heat. This is a lot of heat. And no, you guys want to torture me. So here we are, torturing me, getting funds for ZCU. So we do not have to hear more stories like this. Aussie tea potato soup is really easy. Celery, onions, potatoes. Boil, puree, enjoy. Salt and pepper to flavor. The simplest foods are 99% of the time the best foods. So I've built up enough drama yet. So 22 donations. 3 more donations came in, brought us to 2,070 euros. Who do I have to thank for this? Blonde Bombsheller, Steve Sane, Darlene Patton, an Anonymous, LJ, Mitch Ashdown, Fred Bear, Blonde Bombsheller again, Linda Hayes, Steve Sane again, Heather W., Bev Groves, Linda Smallbones, Anonymous, Linda Hayes, Michael Robinson, Steve Sane for a third time, Spider Fate Fella, Blonde Bombsheller for a third time, another Anonymous, and oh shit, I contributed to my own torture. Cheers. I'm trying to push it to the top of my mouth, and it just makes my tongue burn more. Oh my god. Mm. Oh god. Oh. Okay. Okay. Have I suffered enough? Can I drink water now? Oh. Holy hell, that's some good shit. Oh. Oh. Just a little hot. Okay. That's all you guys get for this time. To have the strength to be a free person, you must be brave, because only the brave have happiness, and it is better to die running than to live rotting. In memory of the paramedic of the Hospitaliers, Irina, I'm not going to mispronounce her last name, call sign Cheka.
Сміливість – це тоді, коли страшно. Але ти маєш щось більше за страх, щось важливіше.
Знаєте, що по-справжньому складного на війні? Коли мама дзвонить з підвалу, тому що Львів обстрілюють, ти під обстрілами ризикуєш своїм життям, але твоя мама у Львові, далеко від лінії фронту, брат і тато, бабуся, рідні, вони так само не захищені. Мене так злить те, що Росія так далеко дістає. Мене так злить, що я не можу їх захистити, попри те, що я на фронті, я роблю все, що можу.
Треба теж розуміти дві речі. Перше, суспільство формує пам'ять, чи пам'ять формує суспільство. Я скоріше за другий варіант. І друге, це те, що ми це робимо не для себе, а для майбутніх поколінь. І пам'ятування ми загалом робимо не для загиблих людей, бо вони вже загинули, а робимо для тих, хто буде далі про це все знати. Ми знаємо про це найкраще, тому що ми є учасниками цих подій, але потім буде купа людей, одного дня, не знаю коли, які вже не будуть це так пам'ятати активно, як ми. Ось, і тому я так зцепилася за цю тему.
Ось, власне, боєць, його поранення. І ми починаємо роботу з цією раною. Тут я набираю препарати. У мене тут порвались рукавички, і правильно було б їх одразу замінити, але я вибрала інший пріоритет. Мені було важливіше підготувати всі препарати для того, щоб почати стабілізацію пораненого. Ми працюємо в парі, і поки Лютий закінчує крайні маніпуляції з пораненням, я готую всі препарати для внутривенного доступу. Дивіться, вам не здалось? Це поранений тримає банан. Ідея банану в тому, щоб відволікти трохи бійця від болі.
Нікому там не подобається. Там дуже страшно, дуже неприємно, але там комфортніше емоційно, тому що ти серед людей, які збігаються з твоїми цінностями, ти серед людей, які розуміють ціну життя і розуміють, що відбувається насправді, дійсність.
Наша Іринка була неймовірно вольовою, неймовірно міцною людиною, жінкою, парамедикинею, воїном, яку я знала не так давно, але доволі близько. Ірина була одна з моїх найкращих подруг. І я хочу сказати, що, мабуть, ця втрата сьогоднішня – це є щось дуже велике і дуже непоправне, що сталося з нашою країною цілком. Тому що таких людей, як Ірина, я особисто знаю перерахувати на пальцях однієї руки.
Хмари осінні, тож тепер весна золота, чи тут таку жалю у голосінні промайнуть молоді літа. Ні, я хочу крізь сльози сміятись, серед лиха співати пісні, без надії, таки сподіватись, жити хочу, думи сумні, я на обоїм сумнім порозі, буду сіять барвисті квітки, буду сіять квітки на морозі. Буду лить на них сльози гіркі, сніг з гарячих розтане, та кора льодова міцна. Може, квіти зійдуть і настане ще для мене весела весна. Я буду зі сльози сміяти.
On June 1st, 2024, Irina would have turned 26 years old. Her 27th birthday would be coming up in a couple months. This is the sacrifice Ukrainian is paying to even have a chance at freedom. And we have people here in America bitching about the money, their tax dollars going to Ukraine. They're not going to Ukraine. They're going to American companies to produce shells to send to Ukraine. American companies paying American workers, paying taxes to the government to send shells. And we can't even freaking understand that. I try not to cover American news, but unfortunately this involves Ukraine. So Trump tweeted, "My phone conversation with President Putin of Russia was a very good and productive one. We agreed to an immediate ceasefire on all energy and infrastructure, with an understanding that we'll be working quickly to have a complete ceasefire and ultimately an end to this very horrible war." You know, goes on to say, this war would have never started. Yeah, it had already started when you were president. Crimea, you know, it started in 2014, you dumb fuck. Sorry. Oh, God. That brought some of the horseradish back up. Oh, God. Well, you know, that was announced. Putin said he ordered his army not to target infrastructure. And then 3 hours and 30 minutes later, Russian forces struck the power grid of Slovansk in Donetsk region. Part of the city is without electricity. So essentially the ceasefire lasted all of 3 hours and 30 minutes. Sorry to do this to me. Oh no. Okay. Now I'm curious what you're talking about, Steve, saying. Minister of Finland. Concessions we are looking at should be and come from part of Russia and from nowhere else. Because otherwise you will be compromising with international law and the UN Charter, which would have global implications. And this obviously is a space and a theater which is also closely watched in Indo-Pacific, talking about China and Taiwan. So to be loud and clear, I think the genuine effort by President Trump to really achieve peace here should not be misused by Putin to further weaken Ukraine and come back with aggression at some point in the future.
Sessions we are looking at should be and come from the part of Russia and from nowhere
Well,
else,
if I knew she was
because
speaking
otherwise you will
English
be
instead of Finnish, I
compromising
would have
with
just played it.
international law and the UN Charter, which would have global implications. And this obviously is a space and the theater which is also closely watched in the Indo-Pacific. So to be loud and clear, I think the genuine effort by President Trump to really achieve peace here should not be misused by Putin to further weaken Ukraine and come back with aggression at some point in the near future even.
So that was the foreign minister of Finland. Russian BM-21 Grad and Stella short-range air defense systems turned to scrap. Video from Ukrainian intelligence. Don't forget about Panama, Aussie T. Oh, one of the things spouted by Trump and Putin was a concession to trade 175 prisoners. This was already planned. It was planned before that conversation. So yeah, Putin's using shit he already agreed to make Trump look better. Fucking hell. Night, BB. I promise I won't call you at all hours of the morning. I don't promise. F-16 in Ukrainian air. You can see it's equipped with external fuel tanks and an electronic warfare system to protect against radars and targeting systems. Oh, and here's a meme for you. U.S. officially asked Germany for eggs. So far, Turkey, Finland, Sweden, and Denmark. Now the U.S. is asking Germany for eggs. Night, BB. 128th Brigade takes out some Russians and their equipment. Here's the video. And God, my mouth is on fire. You still have me nervous, Steve. I'll explain in a minute, Steve. Okay, I figured out last time when you eat that much horseradish, well, as much as I did last time, you get a little bit stoned from the after effects. And yes, even using a regular spoon instead of a tablespoon, you still get that effect. So yeah, my head is kind of like on that point between buzzed and drunk. My mouth is on fire, but my stomach is fine, so don't feel sorry for that. Okay, we just watched that one. On March 16th, an attack on the outskirts of Figolivka was repelled. Fighters of the 5th Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces shared footage of repelling that assault. Analiskio Namaya Yaitsa. I wouldn't call it wine, KK. But yeah, it was a lot more juicier than I expected after sitting for, was it November, December, January, Agree. So almost 5 months now. To kill ya? Nah. Even when it still has the chunks in it. Right now, I'd say it is horseradish mash. You know, ready to become other stuff, but not quite there yet. Okay. In case you were wondering how bad the world's getting, Anti-Personal Mine Ban Convention. Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and Poland announced their withdrawal from the Ottawa Convention. The defense ministers of Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and Poland have announced the need to withdraw from the Ottawa Convention, which bans the use of anti-personnel mines. This decision was explained by the worsening security situation in the region and the growing military threats from Moscow and Belarus. Can't count on America, can't count on NATO. You got to defend yourselves. I don't blame them for doing it, but Russia is effectively undoing all the progress society has made in the last 80 years. Ukraine comes up with their own drone tunnel. In the video, we see protection of logistics routes from drone strikes near the front line on the Ukrainian side. It is similar to the one that the enemy built near Chasiv Yar. As Ukrainian folk wisdom says, take what is foreign and learn, take what is yours and improve. This method of protection against drones is becoming increasingly common and is used in various areas of the front, especially where the enemy actively uses FPV drones on fiber optic wire. Ukrainian engineers continue to implement effective engineering solutions to protect fighters and logistics, adapting them to the realities of war. I may regret what, LJ? Oh. Okay, I'm missing something here. Oh, you got the wooden heart token I sent you. Okay. So that means you got the other phone holder that your hubby took from you. Oh man. Anyways, here is a video from K2 in the service direction. A group of occupiers infiltrated the village, but soon regretted it. The precise work of drone operators is destroying Russians on the outskirts of Verkhnyo-Kamyansky. I would agree with you, Nura. But it's kind of like mines are a great equalizer. They don't know what they're blowing up. You step on them, you run them over, they blow up. So civilian, military, child, adult, dog, cat, moose. The Ottawa Convention to ban the anti-personnel mines was there for a reason. Yes, the mines are effective, but they're also very, very hard to get rid of. I understand, but some other might, so I was just using it for an opportunity to explain that. Plus, I'm not all... Yeah, I'm like, oh, my fingers are numb. Run, Russians, run! 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Huh? Yeah, I saw that video about the forest that's mined in Ukraine. Oh, Christ almighty. Horseradish coughs. Oh, gosh. Between Kiev and Bucha in Irpin, there's this forest. This entire forest was mined and booby-trapped by the Russians. This isn't, to me, this isn't a way to restrict military movement. A big, big part of Ukrainian culture and food is going out into these forests and collecting mushrooms. Aussie T, I'll be moving to Ukraine so you can do both. So yeah, mining this forest doesn't affect the military so much. They could clear their pass and get through as they need to. It affects the civilians. It affects like the poorest of the civilians, because the poorest civilians rely on going into the forest and collecting berries and mushrooms and other food. Russia is attacking civilians. They're trying to wipe out Ukrainian existence, not just take over the land. Oh, it's hard to be serious when your eyes cannot focus. Boy. Getting down towards the end here. Video from 3rd Assault Brigade. Not to give this away, but in medieval times, there was this thing called long pork. If you want to know, Google it. 42nd Brigade. Shout out to Viper. In the Kharkiv region, soldiers of the pre-run BBS of the 42nd Separate Brigade continue to beat the occupiers. Your drones destroyed 4 trucks, an armored personnel carrier, and 1 tank. Here is video for you guys from the 42nd Brigade. I hope you enjoy.
Dieser Beat wurde produziert von Bibi Snapper. Super flow since the first day. Hear the carol of the needle cowway. Reaching out to see the fast trays. Put a saddle on your back and need a break.
That was the video from the 42nd Brigade spotting the units with the drones we helped raise for. Good to see the results of the fundraising we've done. The last video of the night is from the Special Forces, again working in the Sierra forest. Oh, I'm sorry, no, this is SOF in Krishna. Well, here's their video from Russia. With love. Yeah, I think a lot of people are that way, Adam. Me included.
Будешь живой!
Okay, this is a repeat of something we've already watched. Yeah, this was released a couple days ago. Okay. Well, sorry to end on a repeat, but
Один и другой. Выходи, ты будешь живой! Смотри. Смотри. Контролями рухаемость.
always nice to watch it again. Unfortunately, that was the last video I have for you. Tesla owners rebrand their cars with badges from other makes in protest. Is more likely protection against sabotage. Toyota, Mazda, Honda again.
They don't want peace. They want surrender.
Yeah, that's so true. So before I close out the stream, let's refresh for one more time. 2,070 euros with 22 donations. 11,612 euros with 73 donations. And my mouth is still burning. What did I want to do? Oh yeah, I wanted to go to the main campaign. Of course, Mercado Media is still in the lead. Chungus and myself coming in second. And of course, 14 total participants, 15 if you split me and Chungus, but here we are again on the road, trying to help Ukrainian soldiers continue the fight despite our government's lack of, well, my government's lack of commitment, honor, respect. I do thank you all for coming to the stream. I appreciate all the likes and comments and supports you guys give. But more importantly, keep supporting Ukraine. The key here is, whether you say razom переможемо or razom do переможемо, it's still, the important word is razom, together. Together is how we're going to defeat Russia. Together is how we're going to bring a just peace to Ukraine. With that, I say good night. Okay. we need more subscriber tiers, I'm guessing is what Adam said. Sure, I would always enjoy reaching more people. I enjoy talking to you guys. And oh, yeah, it says it's nice and windy right now, and I don't know if you can hear the wind outside, but it sounds like a freight train. And it is technically supposed to be snowing right now. Na dobranoc. Do побачення. Have a good night. Stay safe, everybody. And I'll see you next time.
Ciao.